Hi, I'm going to show you how to make a linear array in SketchUp. It's kind of like making a pattern or a repetition. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to show you how to do an array with a group and an array with a component, and we'll have a look at the difference between those. So first of all, I've drawn this shape here, and I'm going to right click on it and make it into a group. Now that I've grouped it, it's going to be better to pattern. Now this move tool becomes my pattern tool. So I select the move tool. I've already got my item selected that I want to pattern. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, on my screen it says Control equals toggle copy. So what that means is if I copy that out using the move tool, I can go in any direction I like. So if I make a copy using the move tool, and just drop it down, it makes a copy. Now down in the right hand corner you can see distance, and it said how far I've pushed that copy. Now before I click anything, if I type in times 10 and enter, it's made 10 copies of what I've done. Now with that being a group, I can actually alter any of these. So each of these, now that they're copied, are completely independent. And I can move them around, or I can resize them, for instance. So I can take the scale key and maybe I can make that one bigger or taller. This one along here, oops. I could do something to that one over there. Maybe I might like to rotate it. Okay, so not very lovely, but with a group, once you've made a pattern, you can actually alter every single one in the pattern. Now I'm going to show you what happens when I pattern out a component. So I'm going to select this piece here, right click and say make a component. I'll just keep it being called component 1. Okay, now I'm going to pattern this one. So I need to use the move tool, and I'm holding down the control key, doing my first pattern and typing in times 12, and you should see times 12 down in the bottom right hand corner next to distance. And I press enter and it's made my 12 copies. Now this is the difference with a component. If I double click, oops, if I take the select tool and double click so that I alter this. Now what I'm going to do is make a change to this component piece. So maybe I'm going to make it longer. And notice now that any change I make to this piece, all the other ones in the pattern alter. So just to summarize, you can use the move tool to make a pattern or a repetition of a group or a component. If you pattern out a group, each one of them is independent and you can then alter them in any way. If you pattern out a component, the pieces remain linked, and you can alter, if you alter one, all of them will alter.